heh, feel free to let me know how my audio sounds when the thing is finally up. My cheeseburgery of friends, my friends of cheeseburgerness, my, got an email from TikTok saying, they like you. They really like you. 15 likes. Thanks,
It's up.
TikTok.
I didn't caught that part too.
Okay. Well, how's it sound, ladies and gentlemen? Do we sound... Okay, ignore the train in the background if you're hearing it. The train is, what's the word?
It sounds fine to me.
Nice. The train is ambiance, that's the word. The train is sweet, silly ambiance. Cool. Thank you, Pocket.
A distraction.
Alright, as you guys can see from this... Well, actually, let me do my intro real quick before I forget, like I always do. I've actually been getting better at it lately. Just different times. Let's see. Hello and welcome, dear patrons, to Purgatory Corner, the Library of Dreams. Wait, wrong one. Hello and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. I am your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we shall be continuing the tale of shifting fates. Come on in, take a seat, and let your imagination run free. Today I'm here with Eleonora. Hi,
Hi.
We can slightly hear in your background, by the way, just letting you know. Yeah.
I will go deal with that real quick.
Clashing background, clashing art styles, it's because everything clashes in this game. Don't worry about it, it's fine.
There we go. And I'm back.
Why, hello there. I will poke you. So,
Yo.
yeah, today's episode is basically... Sorry, tension. Today's episode is basically detailing what Ellie's going to be doing over the next probably couple of days, depending on how long this specifically takes. Last we left off in the main series, this is kind of like a little bit of a side bit that we might do every now and again for characters. Rowena specifically, we might have a couple, just so you guys as viewers can kind of see everything that's happening. You guys can kind of feel Rowena as a more of a living being than what she currently feels like, which is just in and out. And so doing the same thing with Ellie here, trying to get kind of her portion. I'm losing words here.
Little extra details of Ellie and her background and her connections.
Yeah. As you guys know from watching this series for a while, I really absolutely adore character interactions, the mindset of characters, the ideas of people, and how the psychological functions of human beings work. Ignore that last part for the most part. It's just something fun. And so I greatly enjoy people exploring my worlds, exploring the characters, exploring some of the other stuff. As we talk, I'm also going to be bringing out another character if I can find the picture I was using for them. My good buddy pal, Arthur. Thank you. Again, don't worry, my brain is only half on. I just got home from work like an hour or so ago. But, yeah, so, that's essentially where we are. We're caught up now. Last we left off, I believe, the boys were pretty much making preparations. You guys had planned on going to, the Citadel here soon, knowing that Rowena is waiting for you on the other end. And you know that is essentially your goal is to get to Rowena. You have some things you want to talk over with Jackson, as well as Arthur, potentially Grandpa, Grandp, and all that other fun stuff. So, have at it.
Assuming we left off literally right after I talked to Arthur.
Pretty much, yeah.
And he's still running around?
Yeah. He's just making sure everyone's doing everything that they need.
Oh, anxiety. Okay. Jackson Xander Gray, stop what you're doing right now and come with me. Or else.
He freezes for just a second, and slowly turns his head to you, and you hear Arthur behind you just kind of go, "Ooh, full name, you in trouble, boy."
It's a good thing Ellie doesn't have a whole name. Ha ha ha.
Eleonora. I thought I told you not to call me by my full name.
Eh, it's not scary when you say mine. Granted, I don't have a full name or a last, so.
Eleanor Gray. Haha. We were raised together. We can use Eleanor Grandp. Ha.
Ellie just goes quiet and covers her face after the first part. Personally, I like the sound of the first one. I don't know about the second one.
Grandp, his heart. You just broke it. Can you hear the noise? Nah, I don't think he had heart
No.
in the first place.
About to say, you knew him too.
Well, you know, my heart is a cold pit of ice and death.
Yours? Or
Yeah.
his?
Well, both.
Ah.
Anyways,
Anyway.
he starts walking towards you. What do you want?
Well, good morning to you, sweetie. I've missed you.
Are you
And
sure you're okay? Did you bonk your head a little bit too hard? Did you fall down a couple flights of stairs when I wasn't looking? I'd be very annoyed if you did.
last I checked, there's no stairs in this town. And secondly, I'm doing just fine. It's nice to
He
wake
looks at
up
the
and.
multi-level house.
Okay, I haven't been inside any of the houses, silly.
How do I know?
True. Fair enough. No, I know you have. So.
Well, I hope it. Well, I actually don't know if I have. Huh.
Ah.
Kind of stuck to the same routine a lot. There's a lot of walking outside and grabbing apples.
You do like your apples.
Well, you know, it's one of the few things you can grab from the treetop.
True. Because you could always reach it.
You had troubles, if I recall correctly.
Yes, until I was able to climb it. So. Granted, I fell out of it
That was
more.
yeah. I was about to say that was after like the 20 times that you hit your face on the ground.
Yeah, because someone failed to catch me.
You were so far from me. That doesn't count.
I'm pretty sure it counts.
How am I supposed to save you if you're the one who falls 20 feet from me? I'm already up the tree. You think I'm gonna dive after you?
I mean, you could.
I only did it once.
True. That was entertaining. Granted, it injured us both, but.
And that's why I don't do it anymore.
Fair.
He shakes his head as he starts to walk with you.
So, have you even rested?
Well, not really. It's kind of hard to rest at this point.
Well, I could kidnap you.
I don't think people would enjoy that very much.
Are you sure? I don't think they'd really mind.
Pretty sure kidnapping is, kind of not a good thing, generally speaking.
Are you saying you wouldn't enjoy being kidnapped by me and staying with me?
Sticking. Well, it depends on your friends, you know?
Fair. Fine. Momentarily kidnapping. Does that sound better?
I suppose. If you want to fall so far from the tree, Grampy would be so sad.
Well, I mean, we can go find out. I'm sure Grandpa and Grumble would have quite the reaction to us together again. And Ellie
Well,
grabs his
last time
hand.
they told me to find you or they would rip me into pieces. So I hope they're happy.
I mean, I hope so too, but who knows? It's
That
kind
is
of hard to
quite a
tell
long
sometimes.
journey, though. Are you sure your existence is going to be okay with that? You took a pretty hard hit many times.
I can walk,
He kind of
or
looks you
you
up
can
and
carry
down.
me if you're so worried.
I could. That's a lot of walking, though.
Bye. We can stay here. We can find something entertaining.
He shrugs. Wherever you go, I'm bound to follow, it seems.
Mm. Stuck with me?
Seems that way.
Is that a promise?
Maybe.
Mm. Should I? Well, I should probably let Arthur know.
Probably. The guy keeps watching me like a hawk.
I might have told him to.
But did you?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh.
Ellie
That's why I
sticks her
had
tongue out.
that's why I have an overbearing, dread feeling around me. I see. I thought it was just you waking up.
Ah, yeah, you're right, because you weren't right there beside me. It'd be nice to actually go back to starting my days with you and ending them with you.
If I recall correctly, usually involved you hitting me with the fry pan so hard that I fell unconscious, and then you laying down next to me while waiting for me to wake up in hopes that you didn't kill me.
You know, this sounds horrible when you put it that way.
How do you think I felt when I woke up with a concussion the next morning?
Well, how else am I gonna force you to actually rest for once? You're constantly moving. I don't think I'll ever be able to get you to actually, settle.
Well, sleeping is not as fun.
Mm. Just because it isn't fun doesn't mean it's not important, honestly.
It's only a little bit important, it's fine.
So, how am I supposed to make sure you're okay if you're not actually taking care of yourself?
I'm taking care of myself enough, thank you very much. You can ask Arthur.
Mm. Yeah, no. I don't believe it.
You don't believe I'm taking care of myself, or you don't believe you should ask Arthur?
I don't know if I believe you taking care of yourself, considering I've
My
had to knock you out.
wounds. My wounds. You wound me. Right here. He points to the opposite side of his chest where his heart is. Right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does it need a kiss to make it feel better?
If I say yes, is that an issue?
Ellie goes silent. She was expecting that.
That's what I thought.
No, it wouldn't be an issue.
Ah.
Not at all. Nope.
Are you sure? You seem to have grown quite red. Your face and your ears are both the same color as the tomato I just gave out.
I kind of hate that you can see my ears so well.
Well,
And I
they're
probably am missing a
very
couple
there.
freckles now.
They're very there.
Yeah. No, I am just fine.
Sure. Kind of gently pushes you towards Arthur, who is still taking his usual, just kind of standing there position, looking over the area, and he slowly kind of turns his head and looks at you for a second. Ah, back again, I see.
Well, I mean, he kind of shoved me this way, but yeah. Trying to force him to have a moment to himself. He helps everyone else, but who's going to make sure he actually takes care of himself?
He raises his hand. Sometimes those who wish to be helped can only be helped once they have fallen as far as they need to. I would not worry about it.
He and I have had our share of falling out of trees, and I don't think he's too stubborn for help.
You're still standing, aren't you?
Granted. But it takes a stubborn one to deal with a stubborn one.
There is none more stubborn than I, my dear.
Well, that's definitely reassuring to know once I head off tomorrow to the Citadel.
You're going to the Citadel, are you?
Yep, sadly. And she reaches for Jackson's hand. I'll be leaving tomorrow to meet up with my sister, and I'll be probably there for a while. But I figured it'd be nice to have some one-on-one and just have a peaceful just day and catch up and figure things out.
You see Jackson raise his eyebrows. You say sister, but he doesn't comment. And Arthur kind of nods and smiles at you. After a long journey, a time of rest, relaxation, peace is all needed in order to restore your body to full working health. You should take your time to enjoy your surroundings. Enjoy that which you have and that which you do not. It's very rare that you're able to do both.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I've definitely learned that after this lovely person was missing for 3 months. It
Hey.
apparently takes someone being gone for so long just for you to realize how you feel about them and how scary things are. It's
I
like a
was only
reality
gone
check.
because that was the God's fault, not mine.
But how about the first month? You told Mick yesterday that the first month was on purpose, but the other 2 weren't because
Are
you
you
got wrapped up
listening in
around a
my
goddess.
conversations?
I was literally right by you.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was trying to scout things out, and I got a little bit, let's just say some difficulties arised in the form of a god. Sure, you know all about that.
Oh, yeah. I was definitely quite the lovely person as soon as I found out you got snatched up.
I, I kind of want to imagine that, but at the same time, the thought of a being from hell is not interesting to me.
I mean, yeah, I definitely would be something more feared than a necromancer and Shar because those 2 did not faze me. Nor did the father actually. So just something scarier than them.
You weren't faced by any of those three?
No, not at all.
Kind of looks at Arthur for a second. Arthur kind of like looks at you with like a slightly confused look, and he's like, "Wow, you must be tougher than my steel. Impressive."
I will take that as a compliment.
You should. My steel has taken many blows to this day.
My fry pan has taken a few blows here and there, but impressively enough, it has met its match with a broadsword, so many times.
Well, if you fought the father with his sword, I'm not surprised. He used to be an
Yeah.
adventurer, did you know?
Mm-hmm. According to Ezekiel, we were lucky that we caught them not in their prime, so.
Aye. Back in their prime, he slew dragons. He was a real inspiration.
I bet. I'm still a little annoyed about the whole goddess thing, but I'm sure before everything hit the fan, they were good people.
Well, the only thing I know of them is the stories that were told. And they could not have been better. They saved many towns and many cities. They didn't care who you were, so long as you embraced yourself and those around you. I would say they were good folk. Never knew them personally. Kinda wish I did.
Yeah, they definitely sound like it.
They ignore the size.
Especially since they stuck by each other's side through everything and she kept him alive.
There we go. That's roughly what he looks like. He is wearing different
Cool.
armor, though. His armor actually looks like flowing glaciers, covering, pretty much all the armor. It almost looks like his armor is moving as he is shifting around. His shield is a large wooden one with spikes coming out of it, steel spikes specifically. And the weapon he's holding in that pose, weirdly enough, is a mace. So it's the same pose there. His mace is just in the ground and his arm is a little bit lower. Yeah, his face, by the way, looks fucked up.
All the
he
scars possible.
Yeah, you can see, you can count at least 6 different slashing scars. Part of his face is like slightly dented in, like near like the left jaw. It's like slightly dented from something or another. It looks like several burn wounds on his face as well. And part of what you can see from his neckline is like acid wounds. They're like kind of the acid burns themselves seem to be like slowly extending downwards and like almost vines throughout what you can see of his neck. He looks messed the fuck up. But yeah. He kind of just like kind of smiles at you. He's like, yeah, one day, I have faith that you will become an adventurer just like them. Well, not just like them. Your ending will be better, I'm sure.
Well, honestly, here's to hoping. At the moment, I can just have wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking takes you far, Eleanor. Trust me.
That is true.
I know. I saved entire towns on the very concept of wishful thinking. It's a long week.
It's
But
what
a good
keeps you
one.
going.
What keeps you going is faith. Faith in yourself, faith in a deity, faith in those you surround yourself with, but faith nonetheless. I surround myself with Bahamut and those I care about.
I've always been focused on those around me, especially those I care for so much, and just hope for. And at this point, because of everything I've seen, it's basically just making it so at least like this imperfect world that will never be perfect, but just safe enough for the future. Not just ours, of course, but those that are unsure of it or were forced, and especially the children, since they are the future. Just make sure they have a loving home and they're cared for and know that they're wanted, because there's hope in that. Just better future all around, because I don't think I'll be able to settle fully as much as I can, and I wish I could even right now, to just stay here.
He smiles at
Knowing
you
that
very broadly.
knowing that there's still like there's a war going on and people being forced to participate and people being taken away from their homes and those they love. And Ellie starts to tear up a little bit. But it would be nice to just have things a little better. That way people aren't being taken away. And have a place to return to no matter where it's at or who they are, you know?
I know better than most people your words. I did not grow up in a household which you can consider loving in any way, shape, or form. From what I've heard from young Jackson here, you grew up in a violent one, but one with love, one with hope, one with some kind of peace near the end.
It's definitely a tough love.
To save those who, by their own right, have done nothing to deserve the pain of which they embrace. That is also my goal. It's why I wish to make this town a place of prosperity and hope, is to give people like you a place to stay and smile.
Ellie smiles. Well, since last I was told, since Jackson will be here for a while, maybe he can pick out a good spot.
Oh, don't worry. I will train him personally. You see him smile with a very smug grin. Jackson does not return the grin.
Let's not break him. I'd like to at least see what spot he chooses for our little home. Well, if he feels up to being around after everything, but
It's fine. I won't break him too hard. I'll just train him like I was trained. He then flips his mace in the air, and after like 2 rotations, he grabs it, and it shines like a beacon of light in his hands. Bahamut will oversee him and will bring him to joy.
Jackson, are you gonna be okay?
Maybe.
Oh,
If I'm not dead, no, he looks like he trains pretty hard. So, I'll get good. Maybe.
I don't think I've ever seen you this scared of something before.
He's holding a glowing radiant mace while shouting out he's going to break me limb from limb.
Well, he's not being serious. It's not gonna literally break you. You've survived so much.
Arthur kind of looks at you with like a slightly like quizzical look. It's just like, what do you mean?
Jackson, remember these words. You are someone I care for so much, and if something were to happen to you, I don't think he will be able to handle me.
I won't kill him or permanently break any of his bones. They heal.
Arthur. No.
Okay, fine. I'll just train him like I was trained, alright?
Let's not. I'd like to have at least one of my wishful thoughts come true, and I'd like him not broken, please. Or
Yeah,
you
I
will
won't
have to
break
deal with
any
me.
of his bones.
Yeah, but would you rather deal with me? And she smiles at him. Just a kind of loving smile.
If you wish to train with me, young lady, you are more than welcome to anytime.
I mean, maybe I'm just feeling full of myself, but I would happily take you on if something happens.
He kind of raises his eyebrow and smiles at you like big, big full grin. He's like, oh really? Oh really?
I might be a little fiery and overestimating, but yes. Not at the moment, though.
Aww.
I am kind of still crippled.
Right. Almost forgot about that. Sorry. I
Oh no, it's
kind of
fine.
get
I almost did
overeager
too.
sometimes.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Once you're recovered, however, I would love to duel you in a battle. We can even make it a town spectacle like I used to with my mentor.
Wasn't there a rumor going around that was almost near death?
I thought it was only a couple of times.
Ah, yeah.
Now,
No,
when
I
he
don't.
when he had a very large mage with him who used gravitational pulls, that was kind of an issue. He knocked me out twice.
I don't think Jackson would be too pleased to watch.
Oh, it's fine. My mentor was a warrior like me. Actually, he was more of a warrior than I was. He trained me how to do stuff like sweep the leg. Let me just
Do I need to roll something for that? Am I dodging that?
Oh,
Hold
you're
up.
not dodging anything.
I am going to dodge something.
You're not dodging
I am
anything.
concerned. I do not like
Jackson's
those
dodging
rolls.
something.
Oh no.
Immediately as he says that, faster than you would think a man in full plate armor, wielding a mace and a heavy shield would be
Oh
able
no.
to, he immediately moves his entire body down and sweeps at Jackson, which Jackson jumps into the air like a short bunny hop over his leg before he stands back up in a flourish and puts his mace on his belt. Like that. Good reflexes. Pretty impressive.
I mean, yeah, that was very impressive. Almost lost my arm, but
It's fine. Jackson kind of looks at you and is like, "Don't leave. Don't leave me. Don't do it. No, please."
I'm sure you'll be okay. Honestly. You survived me. You survived Grand P. And you survived whatever else you did on your journeys.
But that was with a lot of drinking. Arthur laughs heartily at that. I drink too.
Oh, great. Hey, you guys can be drinking buddies.
Jackson kind of looks at you and he's just like, "Yeah, okay, I'm good with that."
There you go. See? No problem whatsoever. Unless you die of poison. So.
Please, I have drunk more than Grampy has. If he's not dead yet, I don't know if I will.
Yeah, but Grand P's different, I'm sure.
True, he's not dead yet. Kinda shocked. I swear I put enough poison into his cups to kill him.
You freaking raggedy man. Can you not try to poison him?
He tried poisoning me at one point.
I know, because I was being a bit much.
You know. Arthur kind of smiles at the two of you, and he reaches into. I kind of. There's a bag. I mean, you can kind of see him reach into his armor a little bit, like the back of his armor. I kind of grab something before handing out to you. Looks like a small scroll.
What's this?
This is a way to communicate with me. If you ever need me, simply pull out the scroll, speak into it. It only works once or twice. Never really sure. Never haven't really tried it. I was told it works once or twice. I never really asked for a specific number. But it works once or twice. And if you simply tell me your location through the scroll, I will find you. It may take me a little bit, but I will find you.
Well, that's good to know. Not that it wouldn't be too hard to spot me from afar, considering how I look.
True, but if I'm here and you're in Cataclysm...
Fair.
Orioto.
Fair enough, but for now, the plan is to be at the Citadel for probably a couple months or so we'll see.
Well, if you're there and you need my help, feel free to let me know. Or if you just need a bunch of people to die, or if you need a dragon to sit on your head. Don't ask for that. He'll crush you.
Okay.
He's like 18 times the size of this town.
Can I have the dragon as like a pet? Or ride it? Can I ride the dragon?
You might get to ride the dragon one day. He's a good friend of mine.
That'd
He
be fun.
normally does not give out joy rides. Last time he gave out a ride, my friend died and he brought him back.
Oh, fun.
Yes. My
I'm sorry.
name is Arthur, oh god, what is it? Oh, Arthur Stormweaver, Bear Killer of the Bear Killer clan. It's a
You have a
Goliath
longer
clan.
name than me.
It's a Goliath clan. I had to kill a bear with my bare hands.
Crazy.
Yeah. Technically, I killed it with a wooden axe and a piece of tree bark as a shield. Damn near killed me. I got a nice little scar on my chest, though. By little, I mean it stretches from my hip to my shoulder.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he was a very big bear. On the plus
Oh, I
side,
bet.
I got a coat. He kind of turns around and you
Nice.
see the coat that he always wears. It is in fact a rather heavy looking bear coat, which considering it's 70 plus degrees, he should be dying of heat exhaustion, but apparently he just doesn't care. But it's like a full on like gigantic bear coat, like full. You know what they look like in like those like
Yeah.
winter movies and stuff. Yeah, it looks like that. It looks like it can cover his entire body and then some.
Goodness, that's almost like a portable bed by itself. It's
I have
huge.
slept in it many times. Don't worry, you won't be able to smell it.
Good to know.
I take
Don't.
frequent streams, usually ones I'm forced into, while in combat, usually covered
Fair
in blood.
enough.
Don't
I
worry
think
about it.
there's a river near here, so.
Oh, it's fine. I won't get into combat anytime soon. Well, he stares at Jackson. Oh, did I die? Ellie?
No, it's
Oh.
still here on my end.
Alright, sorry. My foundry said reconnecting. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, so did mine.
Oh, that was weird.
Well,
My
I
foundry
think
said
there's
that.
a little stream near here, so you don't want to scare
Fighting
off any townfolk.
Fighting in water is a very difficult and applicable strategy. I will teach both of you that at some point. Remember, to keep your footing on loose footholds inside of the water, you must be very, very agile. Or take them in the water with you. If they can't breathe, you win. If you can't breathe,
Oh.
try harder.
I mean, beating around the trees and such and racing through them, I think it'll be pretty easy to fight in a river.
Depends on how raging the river is.
That is true.
But you're wearing far less armor than I am.
Also true. But that only was a bad thing up to my last battle, so I would have been just fine.
I would teach you how to wear heavy armor, but I feel like that may be a bit out of your, he gestures to your arms. Weight range.
Yeah, at least at the moment. I'll be fine. I've held up my own up to this point. Granted, I've had a great team keep me up, so.
Alright, they seem like good folk.
Mhm.
He kind of shrugs as he looks at the rest of the town. Well, if you ever wanted to come back and give me a duel, we'll put a show on for the town. Give them something to smile at. And remember, if you can beat me, I'll give you gold. And by that, I mean I have too much gold. Please take some off my hands, but
Oh,
I mean, you gotta earn
jeez.
it first. I mean, come on.
Well, I might know someone that would possibly go out of his way for a large amount of gold, but
He shrugs. I'm an adventurer. How much money do you think I make? The answer
probably a
is
lot.
too much. I'm spending a lot on renovating the town, you know. Got some dwarven friends up north. They're coming down. Took
Well,
them a
that's
while.
good.
Yeah. Turns
Yeah,
out if you
this
pay
town
dwarves enough
definitely needs
money,
it.
they'll fix anything. Including armor,
Huh.
weapons, and sometimes their heart.
Oh,
I don't know
is
that
it
one
because of the
personally.
drinks?
No. That's to fix your soul. Your
Ah,
heart is a good person to talk to. Dwarves are
I mean,
surprisingly good talkers. Only if you get the right one. Some just want your money.
makes sense.
Yeah. Some play you music. Yeah, there's a band that came by a couple, years ago. Ah, good folk. One was an orc. It's kind of weird.
Oh, did they have a slime amongst them?
I think so. It's very rare that you see an orc traveling across town, especially with an elf.
Yeah, I ran into them in Greytown, actually. They
Oh,
were a
did you?
really great group. Yeah, they're actually heading up to the Dwarven Mountains to try to find another band member.
Interesting. Don't know if they'll be able to
So they,
find one up there, but they might.
yeah, heck, they might even make their way this way because they heard about the town.
Hmm. Well, I did pay quite a few people from up north to come down, so they might be there, so feel free to check in.
I certainly will. I'm excited to see how this town changes and becomes new.
He kind of smiles as he like looks up and like looks around the town a bit. Takes a lot of time, effort, difficulty, and blood, sweat, and tears to make a town come back and be renewed. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm sure you will. Definitely needs a couple trees here and there, though. I will say that.
Yeah. Jackson, first mission, you get to plant some trees. How you feel about that? Maybe?
Maybe.
Can I bring her with me? Yes. Alright.
Seems like he's willing to do anything if I'm included.
Well, I haven't seen you in how long?
I know. I've missed you so much.
Missed you too, dearie. Alright. Well, let's leave Mr. Arthur here for, what is it that you do again? If you finish that sentence, I will tear out your tongue and feed it to you. Alright? Yep. Got it. Got it.
I
Same
think you
page.
two will get around great. Gets along great.
Gets around great. I have very functional
My
legs, thank you. But yeah. Arthur smiles as he just starts to walk away, heading to one of the many difficult people. Wait, what? What? It's not letting me delete Arthur's token.
Apparently he wants to be the third wheel.
I am not the viewer, damn it. I am me. Yeah, he'll be a third wheel for a bit. Don't worry. He'll be staring at you guys until the day ends.
Yay.
Ignore there's two of those now. It's an ongoing problem. Hold on. Let me fix it.
You're good.
Anyway, so yeah, he kind of walks away a little bit, gesturing to the many different things that he has to fix. Jackson just kind of smiles at you. He's like, "So, trees."
I guess we're finding trees.
Many trees. Got placed down. Who knows how many tiny little sproutlings. I hear rumors that the gods can just affect anything that they really wish. Wonder if that's true.
Yeah. I mean, considering this place had none, but wasn't affected by the blazing sun, pretty sure it's true.
Blazing heat and the blazing sun. They're demons, I tell you.
Though in my opinion, I think you need a break from being around gods for a while.
Well, as it turns out, dealing with a bunch of gods really does a number on someone's entire existence,
Yeah, I know. At least only 2 of them. So.
He nods as he starts walking with you out of the town. So, your plans are for the Citadel, huh?
Yeah, turns out that the people or person that dropped me off is likely from there, and my half-elf teammate is my sister, because based on the description of the two that dropped me off, it seemed pretty close and similar to her actual parents. So
Interesting.
yeah,
I was aware
apparently
that
I
you
have a
had to
sister.
have some kind of parents, but I wasn't expecting them to be, parents. Thought that you got ditched by like a
honestly.
wolf or something. You wild child.
Oh, but you like this wild child.
Ah, well, you know. Can't escape you, gotta live with you, gotta like you somehow.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Well, I'm not view it as a good thing. If I'm ever proven wrong, we'll know what happened.
Ah, is you leaving ever so often your way of trying to get a little breather?
Nah, I had other reasons for that. You might find them out one day. Kinda pokes your nose.
Can I find out now?
Nope.
I mean, you seemed a little flustered when Shaky called you my boyfriend, and it's a little suspicious you were gone for a month.
Nah, it's fine. I got some stuff to take care of every now and again.
Which
It's not a
is,
person. Don't you worry your fluffy little head.
if I could call dibs on you for forever and always, I would. Though for now, I just have this other ring.
That's entirely your fault.
Ah, how's it my fault?
You said to put it on you. Did you not?
I said only if you feel the same way. Which you haven't told me how your heart feels.
I
Or
feel like
what
the
your mind
jester.
feels.
I feel like the romantic jester of an ancient deity ritual of something was enough to convince you.
I think you've been alone with your thoughts for too long.
Just a little bit. But
Mm.
nah. Since we were kids, Eleonora. Ever since we were kids, always found you fascinating. You were strange, but also fun, and you also hated Grampy as much as I did, but you also liked him for some reason. But you also willing to beat him with a stick. That was my favorite part.
I mean, tough love.
Well, yeah. Gotta do some tough love to everyone and anyone.
I
But ever
mean,
since we were kids, always found you inescapable. Interesting.
hmm. Yeah, I didn't realize how much you meant to me till you were gone for those 3 months, and it was
Oh, trust me, I
honestly the most.
noticed.
I'm sorry. Didn't seem like you noticed.
Well, when you're dealing
I
with men
mean,
like that, you don't grow up to be very affectionate.
fair enough. I mean, yeah, you were gone off and on, but you always came back, and then you didn't, which was honestly the scariest thing ever. And I meant scary things. And they didn't faze me. And I guess at that point, I guess that'd be the reason why I never even told you how I felt in a way about you before, because I wasn't too sure up until reality hit that you could be gone forever. And it was
Well,
terrifying to me.
apparently it takes a near-death experience for you to figure out that someone likes you. What's that called? You kind of pokes your head slightly. Thick.
I survived.
He looks at your arm.
Hey, it will be a really cool scar and a really cool story in the future. Maybe we'll even laugh about it.
Well, you have to continue to be alive for me to laugh about it with you.
True. We could laugh about it now. Not that I
Nah.
think I'm gonna die anytime soon, but
If we laugh about it now, we take away the laughter privileges we'll have in, like, who knows how long.
fair. Hopefully not
And
too
if
long,
we
but
laugh about it right now, you won't be able to survive whatever incoming battle you get to, because you won't have anything to motivate you. My heart.
I think you're motivating enough, especially with this little ring you put on.
Well, just pretend that it's a super awesome gift from like a amazing dragon god person.
Why can't I think of it as an amazing, awesome gift from the person I. And she tries to put her words together. From someone I care for so much and want to be with.
because I'm kind of deranged, slightly crazy, probably willing to kill people I maybe shouldn't, and not really the best role model in the world. Tends not to be a good person to get gifts from.
And you see this as a bad quality? Have you seen me? You've literally been around me and you still stuck around, so...
Yeah, but you know, lighting Grampy's sticks on fire, that's where it's at.
True, that was pretty great.
Yeah. Life is an adventure, Ellie. Always remember that, yeah. Besides, it's not like you'll be able to sit around while waiting for this war to end, now will you?
Well, now that I know that it's existing, it definitely explains why you've been out and about so much.
Aye. There's a lot of stuff that I gotta do, you know? Gotta make sure wherever I can make safe is safe.
Is that what kept you going? Or, like, kept you leaving ever so often?
One of the things, yeah.
Mm. I'm just gonna keep prodding at you till you tell me.
Oh, I know. But it's always fun to watch you squirm. You can never get past the idea that someone knows something that you don't. You poke and you prod, and then you get frustrated, and eventually you break their sticks.
Yeah, but you don't have any sticks.
This is true. I refuse to have sticks because I know you'll break them.
I can steal the saplings you collect.
But you're gonna have to place them yourself, so it's a win-win.
You know what? I'll have to figure out something of yours to steal then.
Well, you've already gotten my heart, so...
Oh? I mean, you already basically have mine too. You've had it far longer than I realized it, so...
Yeah. One day you'll come to terms with it. He kind of gives you a cheeky-ass grin.
You know what? I would love to wipe that grin off your face.
But you can't if I flee! And he starts running.
I can't run! Why are
Exactly!
you running? Ellie just sits.
He comes back with an acorn and drops it on your head.
Ow.
Don't touch this. Da 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 da. Da da da. Da da.
You dork.
You know. Gonna miss having you around, Ellie.
Yeah. It's definitely hard to go, I will say that. Every fiber of me is fighting not to leave, so...
Well, you know what happens when they say that your body hates leaving. Means you must leave. And then stab yourself in the thigh. Not talking from personal experience, you would kill me if I
I
did
was
that.
about to ask. How many scars do you have on your thighs, sir?
Well, you know, after you fight a couple of leviathans, you get quite a few.
I think you have some stories to tell me.
Only a couple worms, it's fine. We call them leviathans because, you know, they're small. It's an accomplishment. Doesn't sound like it, but I swear it's an accomplishment.
You're still
We
proud of
fought
yourself.
worms in the mud. It's an accomplishment that I could never have done less awesomely.
You'll have to tell me all your fun stories one day.
I think most of my fun stories include pain, suffering, death. Not mine. Other people's death. And, pain.
Well, I'm sure you had a reason.
Mostly pain. Yeah, I think that was the big reason. Yeah. Mostly I could be wrong, but I think it was mostly pain.
Probably.
Kind of holds out his hand to pick you up. Come on, we got acorns to pick.
Fair enough. It would be nice to have some trees around the future house. You gotta pick
It'll,
one out, though.
well, I'll pick one out at some point once I know we're going to survive this. I'll make sure that Arthur has it customly made for your exotic needs.
My exotic needs. I
Yeah.
don't think I'm that needy. I think
Well,
you're more the needy one.
no.
You're
See,
always collecting things.
we'll have flowers from Cataclysm. We'll have like mushrooms from the Umbra Wastes. We'll have like claws of the beasts of the frozen deserts. You know, all the fun stuff.
Ah, so all the stuff you've collected.
I have not collected any of that. Thank you very much.
Mm,
But maybe you can.
true. I have been to at least Cataclysm so far, so.
Ah. Did you
They've
like the
had
snow?
interesting flowers. I did not like the snow. I basically became a popsicle.
Do you need to be warmed with the power of my heart? Poke. He says poke as he pokes you, by the way.
Ah, so warming and loving.
Yeah. You know it.
I do. Dork. Ellie giggles.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. And she pulls his hand behind her and wraps him in a hug,
He hugs you back.
standing on her tippy toes,
Of
because she is
course.
short.
He's like, what, foot taller than you, I think? Something like that?
Not quite. She's like 5'6". He'd be about 6'3", if I remember correctly.
So just
Still
about
tall
a
enough.
foot taller.
I still need to be on my toes to not be, like, in his chest.
Yeah, fair.
At least be above his shoulder.
Yeah, he hugs you back, and he's just like, it was a long few months.
Yeah, and it's gonna be longer.
Wow.
She grumbles as she nuzzles herself.
Well, you got folks to save, don't you? Here is
Yeah.
magical, mystical, God-speaking lady, saving all kinds of folks all around the world.
It's funny you say that, because Arthur said the same thing yesterday to me. Well, earlier today. That you and I are basically doing the same thing, just in different places.
Well, a team needs all kinds of support. You got the frontliners, got those who are healing, you got those in the back, supporting the crew every step of the way. Right now, I think that's gonna be me. I ain't got much fight left in me at the moment.
True, you need to rest up.
These gods are something else, you know?
Oh, I know.
You gotta save a lot of people. You gonna be okay?
Well, I'll make it through. I mean, you somehow did every time you left, so.
I had something to return to. Can't die if I got a mission, right? Ain't that
True.
what Grampy taught us?
Yep.
Once you finish
And-
something, once you start something, you finish it.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely can't leave this unfinished. It wouldn't be fair to those who are suffering, so.
Aye. Sedo is not the best place. The high
Yeah.
elves up there are cruel, to say the least, in some cases. They're not actively cruel, they just are very calculating.
That's what I've heard off and on, and what it seems, so definitely be quite something.
Aye.
Especially with me arriving and how I look, and probably should cover my mark.
Might be a good plan.
So,
Who's your friend, by the way? The sister you're talking about.
oh, her name's Ruina. She's an archer. She was raised
Ah,
in the Citadel.
interesting. Hard lessons to unlearn.
Yeah, so I've noticed, but it definitely seems like she's softened up a bit, at least compared to when I first met her. She was trying to kill our tiefling.
You have a tiefling in your part. Oh, right, the doctor, huh?
Yeah,
I'm not
I
surprised you
have.
tried killing him. Surprised you
I.
kept him alive.
That's because of me.
Well, you do have a way with words and fists.
Well, I didn't have to fight her on it. I was just basically told her to trust me because I trust him, so. Granted, Paylor did tell me he might be special, so.
You and your gods, girl.
I know, but despite the gods, they don't keep things safe enough for you and I to settle, so.
Yeah, maybe one day. But if the gods can't do it, I'm sure you'll beat something into submission to make it so you can.
Yeah. That's definitely true. Especially when you have someone to return to. You get a bit impatient.
Aye. There's, some stuff going down at the Citadel. Keep an ear out, right? I've
I
heard
will.
stories, let's say. Something's going to happen the night of the war, whenever that's going to happen. I don't
Well,
know
good
what,
to
I don't
know.
know when exactly, but
I've heard
Resistance is
off
planning
and
something.
on that it'll be not that far away. Maybe, I wouldn't say a couple months, but it's definitely probably going to be sooner than later. But we'll see what happens.
Don't get caught in the crossfire. The Resistance and the High Council, their bows ends as the elves and the orcs get caught in that crossfire, and it won't end well.
Well, I'll definitely try to stay safe, especially since I need to be alive to be able to return to you.
If you ever do meet people in the Resistance, there should be a dude in there named Tommy. If you meet him, just say Jackson owes him a couple drinks, and you're here to cash. He'll let
Okay.
you in.
A little curious, but I'm sure you'll tell me eventually, or I'll figure it out.
One day.
One day, Ellie sighs.
Can't tell you everything. Let's be spoilers.
Oh, but I prefer spoilers. They keep me going. For now,
Yeah.
I'll just rely on the fact that hopefully you'll be okay here and this little ring
I
thing.
got Arthur protect me. I don't think there's
That is
hella
true.
high water that can get past him at this point.
Maybe me if something happens, but yeah.
Call him if you need him, yeah?
I will. You know where to find me.
I hope. Life's an
You
adventure.
can.
Gotta kick
I
it.
know. You can always check up on me when need be. Though if you try to surprise me and snatch me up, well, okay, probably not snatch me up. I don't want you getting shot.
If I get shot, it'll be well worth it for the hand of my lady.
My goofball. It's gonna be so hard to leave again. But
Yeah.
it'll be worth it one day.
Hey, just think, if you find a couple of children wandering the wastes, unknowing what to do, you can rescue them, save them, be the guardian angel.
And adopt them?
You know, depends on if they bite you.
Well, what if they don't bite me but bite you?
Well, then you'll adopt them and I'll punt them over the moon. Be like Grampy all over again.
I don't think that's a good idea.
They bit
Just
me
because it,
first.
granted, but just because we survived Grand P doesn't mean everyone else needs a Grand P in their life.
I think it was good teaching.
True.
I'd be a grizzled old man and they'll steal my sticks. And then I'll eat the sticks just to prove my dominance.
Oh, you're so cute when you try to be scary.
Right, yeah, so you just don't go to the Citadel, get murdered, and we'll be all good. Alright, cool.
I won't get murdered.
Best of luck to you. They can kill you, I'm sure they'll come for me, because nothing in the hell high water is gonna survive you unless they can kill everything else.
Yeah, there's that.
Took a man that was 11 feet tall.
True.
Did you know he was 11 feet tall?
Yeah, I saw him before I fought him, so.
Like full armor. 8-foot
Yep.
broadsword. He was kind of big.
Yeah, and I wasn't even phased, and I was able to keep him busy while the rest of my team fought the mother.
Are you sure you don't have brain damage?
Nope. I am really certain.
You know, fair. You should probably get that checked out by your doctor friend. You know, be like, hocus pocus, check me uppus. Is my brain leaking out of my ears, doctor? Let me know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm fine.
Have you asked the doctor if you're fine?
Not today, no, I haven't, but I'm feeling a lot better than I did yesterday, so.
Well, that's good to know. He gently taps your arm.
It'll just be a really cool scar. It'll be fine.
Sure. Next time you get a scar that big, I'm pretty sure you're gonna miss an arm.
We'll see about that.
Don't avoid the missing arm thing.
Yeah, you're right. I kind of need my left hand for the ring and my right arm for the fry pan.
I was gonna say you would need it for slapping people, but the ring works too.
I'm right-handed, not left.
Then why are you holding the fry pan with your left so often?
Throw people off.
Ah, that's a good trick. He kind of like grabs his knife and moves it to the other side. That's weird.
You get used to it, but that's when you just grab it with your right hand when they're not looking. Or just switch as you go.
Fancy. You've learned so many tricks. You may have to teach me one day. Or I'll teach you. Have you ever decided to become a fighter?
Maybe. That'd be entertaining.
I'll sweep you off your feet in more ways than one.
Ellie blushes. Her freckles start to disappear. Pretty sure you've already swept me off my feet many times, and I've fallen for you way harder than I've fallen out of any tree, so.
I think the ground has something to say about that.
Maybe. Dear ground, do you have anything to say?
You
As
left
Ellie
an
looks at the ground.
imprint on my face.
You are welcome.
Damn it. See, it has something to say about that.
Well, it's something to remember me by then.
Well, time for you to get your show on the road, I suppose, yeah?
I mean, yeah, eventually I have to leave, head out again, not be by your side again for who knows how long.
Oh, how about tonight well, I would say count the stars, but there aren't really any. Have you tried counting clouds?
I mean, we can try counting clouds,
Especially with this place
unless
not
they're
having
all
the usual
squished
heat.
together.
Ah, that'd be fine. Only Ryoto has the clouds squished together. Inside
That is true.
Cataclysm, you see the most wonderful stars in the sky. And the moon.
When when you're not freezing to death, sure.
Yeah, just put on a lot of layers. Make sure you don't stink of meat. Ends badly. Don't ask me how I know that.
I kind of want to know.
It involved a lot of boars.
Ah,
They had multiple heads.
that is weird. Granted, I
Yeah.
ran into like these dire wolf things on my way over there, so
Oh, you met the hellhounds.
yeah, they were quite something. Our tiefling almost got snatched.
Yeah. They are nasty creatures. They're one of the weaker ones inside the tundra.
Interesting.
Yeah. But don't worry, there's a massive rock over there that legends have been told that if you kill it, something happens. No one knows what happens because no one's killed it. But something happens.
Something.
Yeah. Could be that its corpse just falls from the sky. I don't know.
That's a little disturbing.
If you kill it, it's gonna fall. And it
Well,
flies.
true.
So it'll
Okay,
probably be the sky.
fair enough. Though my fry pan is not a boomerang.
Learn how to use a bow.
I like my fry pan more.
Who knows? Maybe you get a magic attachment to it that makes it so it comes back to your hand like a magic force, magnetism.
That would be quite something. I will say that.
Be able
It
to
already
use it
can't
like a
break,
boomerang.
so
Yeah, but you see, the real question is, does it cook? And the answer
mm,
is no.
you know what? I have you know that I am still banned from cooking at Grumbles. I'm sure once you get around to Grumbles, he will happily let you know.
Fairly certain the food poisoning would be a very large part of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Not sure what your pan is made out of, but rat poison might be it.
Maybe. It'll be that extra damage.
Yeah, make him lick it first.
Ew.
Exactly.
No,
You
I'm
get
good.
psychic damage, you get poison damage, and then you get the bludgeoning damage of it beating his face in afterwards.
Yeah, no.
Torture is the best way to injure someone.
You know, I learned new things about you and your lovely little adventures. I'm getting quite
Hey,
curious and quite intrigued.
it's fine. He, this entire time, by the way, he's just been like randomly walking around and grabbing acorns or whatever sticks and stuff he can find on the ground, and he's just like, it's fine. I have not seriously horribly maimed someone the last 24 hours.
The last 24 hours?
Yeah,
You've been barely awake in the last 24 hours from your little
exactly.
mental
How
trap.
can I horribly maim someone if I'm barely functioning?
Fair, but still, I'm kind of concerned what will happen tomorrow then.
well, I will be more functioning.
Okay.
End of story. That's it. He just starts walking back to town. More functioning. That's it. Yep. All of that. Yep.
So, are you going to be sticking around here for a long while then? For sure?
I think so. Yeah. I want to see this town get a little bit back up on its feet. Do what practice with Arthur, as terrifying as that sounds. I'm sure he has a lot to teach me. He seems to really enjoy doing so. You see that like spark in his eye whenever he thinks about it?
Yeah.
It's nice to see. So I think
Definitely
that's the
good to
goal.
have a bright side of things while still stuck in a town you've already been stuck in.
Well, willingly stuck in somewhere is much better than forcibly stuck in there, you know? I get a choice.
True.
I can walk around, I can yeet myself away, or I could just hang around
And plant some trees.
and plant some trees. Yeah. I think we'll plant some flowers too. See what we can do.
Make it into a fancy little forest.
We'll make a repeat to Littlefoot.
Maybe a little more loving.
You know, maybe I'll set up a tavern around here, you know? We'll call
That'd be
it
amazing.
the Pain Station.
Okay, maybe not that part.
The
You had me.
Whack-a-Mole Tribe.
No. That's even worse.
The Squish Squash.
No.
Splish Splash.
I think you need to be checked out by the doc.
The 1-2 deck you.
Dearie, I think there's something up with your brain.
The Pumbadooks. Mooks. The Yeehaw Ni Hao.
You could do just what Grumble did, just Gray's Tavern. How about that? There we go.
Do I need to make it gray?
No, that seems too sad and solemn.
Nah, you see, you make it gray, and you make people think it's sad and depressing. Then you walk inside, and the first thing they encounter is a bucket to the face. Be an unmade trap system. Every time.
Yeah, I forgot you do traps. It's been a while.
They walk in, they get hit by a bucket, they're like, what the hell? And then everyone starts laughing, they have a good time.
I mean, I guess better than a bucket than a fry pan.
Well, we'll just just tape your fry pan to the string, just like bang, da da bang, da ba bang, ba da bang, every single person who comes in, you know? Magic force, we'll make them lick it, and be poisoned,
No.
and then we'll give them alcohol and poison themselves, you know?
No.
It's
That
a
would kill
perfect
people.
situation.
No, that would kill
No.
people.
They won't be fully dead, they'll just be an alcoholic stubber.
No.
We'll
That
have
would kill
Grand Pete be
people.
our first person.
You know, at that rate, he'd probably be happy that we're at least not in the forest.
True. We'll invite him out, make him lick your fry pan, see if that kills him.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Sure, we can't just scrape off some of your fry pan into like a dust, mix that into like some water, make him drink it, pretend it's alcohol?
Yeah, you're getting checked out by Doc.
Well, if you can find anything wrong with me that I already didn't know, I would be amazed. Oh, what's that? Ah, it's I'm in pain o'clock. Whee!
I mean, fair, I guess?
Remember, kids, if you ever see a bear, it's Mr. Barrington. He's the most berry of humans. And by that, I mean he's not a human, but he pretends to be.
Will that be our mascot?
The bear human who's not a human but is actually a bear, but he's an elegant
Yes.
and refined bear.
Yes.
Is he portraying me or you?
Mm, depends which one of us is more considered welcoming.
He kind of looks at himself and looks at you and looks at your fry pan. You know, if I had to take a guess, I think it might be me while I'm stabbing them.
Stabbing is not
Because
very welcoming. I, I don't think so. No.
have you seen your fry pan?
They might think I'm a cook. I've been mistaken that before.
Well, once you start hitting them, it's less than welcoming.
Well, yeah, but I only hit if they deserve it.
Is that why you hit like every person in that bar?
Okay, that's because they are rowdy, they try to flirt with me, or they just need to leave.
So every person in a bar. Gotcha.
Okay, you know what? Hopefully, once everything settles, maybe Grumble will finally stop playing matchmaker.
Well, maybe. It requires him to look at us. Now, if we
True.
take out his eyes.
Okay, someone's in a stabby mood.
Works out best for all of us, you know?
It'd still be really funny to see Grumble's reaction, though, of us together.
He's only been hoping it for like 10 years now. It's fine.
Yeah, and him trying to do matchmaker to keep me distracted while you went MIA did not help, but
It's kind of funny when he pairs you with someone.
is it?
Well, it's not for them. They leave with a concussion.
True.
It's funny for me.
Ah, because you know why it never worked?
No, because I'm not the one with a concussion.
You're right.
That's the funny part. Are you missing that? Do I need to
No, I
explain
guess it would
more?
be. Well, I'm the one causing the concussion. Blah, 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 blah.
The
I can't
concussion.
even get my can't get my words together now.
You're welcome. I tongue tie people a lot. It's my natural charm.
Oh,
Ignore that most
someone.
of their tongues are actually tied. It's a habit of mine.
That's a little concerning. I didn't know that was a charm of yours.
Only happens a couple of times, usually when I'm trying to interrogate someone. And I don't want them talking later. It's pretty hard to get your tongue out of a knot once it's in there firmly enough.
You know, now I'm a little concerned about the kiss we brought up earlier.
No, I use my hands.
Okay.
Anyways. Just starts to walk
Anyway.
forwards again. But yeah, is there anything in particular that you want to do aside from cloud watching? Probably to some degree, not very heavily. Have helping with the bar, I guess, or people.
As long as I'm with you, that's fine enough with me. Because I'd rather stay by your side as long as I can.
Cool. Alright, so you pretty much spend the rest of the day kind of around him, helping out with the town to whatever degree that you're capable of. Having the physical movement of a slow otter.
That's the best description.
Well, you know. Uh, but yeah, so you try to help out some folks. The secondary group that were trying to get their provisions started leaving. Some of them in batches, some of them alone. All the children are inside the town still. There's now a much smaller proportion of adults to proportion of children, but they don't seem to mind much. The kids are like anything and everything from like 6 to like 14, and pretty much all the races that you can imagine. Humans, half elves, full elves, dragonborn, gnome. Actually, no, there's no gnomes in there. There is one goblin. He's very grouchy. He's also wearing what looks to be a blacksmith apparel. But yeah. That's pretty much like what you do for most of the day. Jackson kind of helping you attempt not to strain your body to hell, setting up the makings of the bar. Arthur was very excited about it. And he actually mentioned that he knew the exact bartender to get for the job. So he was very excited about that, but wouldn't explain further. Yeah. Y'all cloud watched afterwards. Spent the rest of the night kind of just cloud watching as you get ready for the next day and the long, long journey. Mostly because it's away from him.
Yeah. Sad face. All the tears possible.
But you now have a scroll to contact Arthur if you really need him. It may take him a while to get to you, but he will get to that exact location of which you specify. Possibly with or without Jackson, depending on how dangerous you specified the situation to be. That's what you assume, anyways. You were told by Jackson that the Citadel is making plans for something to happen on the day of the war, as well as invitation to the Resistance itself, saying to Tommy that Jackson owes him a few drinks, and you're here to pay.
Yay, another drinking thing.
Yeah, well, you grew up in a bar, surrounded by bar folks, going to places that mostly contain bars, inside of towns that really their only experience of happiness is drinking. What else do you do in medieval town? You drink, you churn butter, and you forage, farm. So that's about the excitement of an adventurer's life. So, hopefully you don't get a massive natural one in your next con save for drinking.
Yay. That's right. Gonna have to get a potion before that point.
You also still feel that same normal, uncomfortable feeling from the band on your arm.
That's right.
Although
I need
you're
to
getting
find
very
Ezekiel.
used to it. Yeah.
So I can get rid of said bracelet.
You could. You're getting very used to it, though.
True.
So that depends on you.
Go from talking to the gods a lot to suddenly I'm quiet and they can't reach me.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely not asking for something to happen or questions.
Well, you know how it be.
No.
But yeah, do you want to keep it on? Or do you want to take it off?
I'll keep it on for now until I know that it's safe to take it off.
Okie dokie. But yeah, so you depart with the rest of the crew, which will start up.
Before that.
Oh.
Before that point, because by golly, Ellie doesn't want to say goodbye, and it's going to be the hardest thing for her. Yay! Unless that's brought up in the next episode.
Probably won't
Where's
be.
the next? Huh?
So the next episode would be starring wall walking. So.
Yeah. So Ellie is going to. Sorry, hold on. Ellie is
adding
going
suspense
to Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me switch.
All
There
the
we go.
suspense.
Okay. So while everyone is starting to just gather up their things, assuming Jackson is around,
Mm-hmm.
she is going to go up to him and say, even though I know you and I won't settle till the world is safe enough for the well-being of not just our future together, but the future of those around us and the children.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully one day we'll be able to meet back together and tell stories and stay by each other's side and start our days with each other and end our days with each other. And until I can be around you again, I think you should hold on to this.
He
And
raises
she
his eyebrow.
will give him the other ring.
You had 2 rings?
Yes, one on each ear. I have two, haha.
Yeah, fancy.
But I'm wearing one, so
He'll
she
put
now
the
has
ring on
no
his other
earrings.
hand. One day, Eleanor, we'll tell every story we have to every children we can find. We'll see how Arthur can deal with having 2 very strange folks telling him story after story. And we'll listen to his too.
Well, I'm sure he'll love it. He seems like the type of guy that would.
Yeah, hopefully. He's a very strange folk, but he seems to be interesting.
Well, strange is not a bad thing.
Keep yourself alive, Ellie.
You too, okay?
There ain't
It'd
gonna
be
be
kind
nothing
of a
that can kill me at
waste.
this point.
Would love to see what our future would look like together.
Aye. If you can make a difference, always strive to do it. That's what Grampy told us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give someone a home.
And someone to return to.
I'll keep the fire burning for you.
Yep. I'll keep you in my thoughts. I'll miss you so much.
Pocket says to hydrate.
My tears have dehydrated me, thank you very much.
Exactly. Hydrate, damn you.
Hydrate for more tears.
But yeah. He kind of just like nods as he pats your head softly. And he turns around to Arthur, who's just kind of standing at the entrance of the town. Again, full regal armor. He seems to wear it more often than you've seen him out of it. But he's standing there, usual pose of his, helmet's off. His helmet's actually on his hip, and it's a solid blue helmet. Again, a glacier kind of pattern, but with 2 massive horns at the top, kind of like welded on there. And he's just kind of smiling at you as he's softly waving.
Be sure to take care of everyone.
I'll do my best.
And thank you for everything.
You saved me, Ellie. Not the other way around.
Ellie's just fighting back tears at this point. Casually stalling.
He gently, like, turns you and softly pushes you. Off to your party, miss. Off to your party.
I know.
We'll be here when you return, or if you need us. We always are.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. Freaking out.
All
Nope,
right.
that is not what I wanted to do.
Good job. But yeah, so you start heading on your way with the other group, and tomorrow we'll start roughly when the group is walking down the road, see where everyone else did for their short about a day or so of downtime. Um, See if they helped out the town or if they did other stuff. And then we'll start more or less when you guys are walking all the way to the Citadel. So if you guys are interested in watching this content, watching Ellie feel some more hurts and pains, seeing whether or not they go to Resistance
Frick
first or
you.
go to Rowena's parents first, or anything of that such, come check us out every other Friday at 7:30 p.m. PST, including this Friday, the 1st?
Yeah.
Yes, the 1st.
Oh my gosh.
And check out the rest of our videos as well on Tables of Tartarus or Vods of Valhalla. And hit that follow button before you guys see our content without really having to worry about. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.